Malene and Steffen were chosen because they are the very good example as a good scientist who involve the hunters in all their work.
This is true for any community I've worked with around Greenland, that there's a very big lack of coordination between scientist groups, and that's frustrating for the communities, of course, because they see double work being done. There's a lack of involvement of the communities. They don't know what the plans are, they don't know why the research is done, and very importantly, they are not informed about the results from the research in their own environment. And in many places, and especially in Qaanaaq, is a very good example of that. They're completely overwhelmed with scientist groups that they don't know are coming and what they're doing in the area, and who are not informed about the regulations, local regulations that can help. That's so important for the hunt in that area. That there are deployed instrumentation in hunting areas, and some of that instrumentations are making noise that narwhals can hear, which was very surprising to me. We communicate with the local community, and we tell them what we're going to do, and we talk about how to collaborate. And one thing that we always ask is there anything you need from us? And in Qaanaaq, we always told get the same answer to that, is that they want coordination and they want information about what's going to happen. So what we did was that we made a meeting, coordination meeting for all science groups who are planning or have been put out moorings in the area of Qaanaaq. And we did that yesterday, actually. And the result of that, we're going back to inform the community about what plans we heard of, and what the timeline is, and what they're going to deploy in the area. And that was our task from the community. So I would like to share with you what we heard, because it's really underlining the problem in this area, and that we need political help to regulate. There's an overall willingness to adjust planned activities from scientists. There's also an overall willingness to listen to community needs and community worries about disturbance of hunt. But we also learned, which was very surprising, that there are many more research teams who are deploying instruments in this area without we knew it or without the community knew it. That was surprising in itself. We learned that some groups, they go and give a talk in the community, but they may not have told everything about the instrumentation that they deploy. So some of these instruments actually make noise, and the community was not aware of that when they helped deploying those instrumentation, and it was in a novel hunting area. And very shockingly for me was that a big science group was planned to be carried out in Canadian waters, but they didn't get the allowance there because it was too intrusive and disturbed too much in the local villages. So what they did was they moved it quite quickly to Qaanaaq, because we don't have regulations and we didn't know what they already put out these instrumentations. And this is pretty shocking, living in a country where people can just move in and put in instrumentation in an area that is so sensitive to noise and to disturbances for the livelihood of the people living there. Recommendations should come from from the local community. The four of us had a discussion about what kind of recommendations that we would like to see. We need some local coordination, a point of coordination in the local communities, and it has to be run by local people. Someone needs to be hired to do this job. And it's not only because it's a whole communication flow. There are a lot of willing scientists who really want to explain what they're planning to do, but they don't know where to do that. They don't know how to deliver it into the community. There's a huge need from the community to understand what's being planned, but also maybe they have some needs or ideas for what kind of science they would like to see in their area. There's a lot of scientists who would love to hear those needs. So it's not only about regulation, it's just about having some sort of point of contact where the communication can flow through, and you're sure that you're not just delivering your message to one person in a community, but you're delivering it to a whole community, and you can get a feedback from everybody who feels like giving a feedback in the community, or to participate, get training. There can be a lot of exchange in such a center or coordination point. No matter who you're working with, that you make sure that everybody get a fair payment for the services they provide, or the knowledge they share, or the time they spend. So it's completely outrageous that anyone would assume not to pay for working with someone. So yes, and it's a very uncomfortable situation for a person to always have to negotiate with the worth of them and your own knowledge. I would feel that very uncomfortable. So if we could make at least minimum rates, but it's something that the community has to agree on. What's the minimum rate? What's fair? It's all about fairness. We have a situation that scientists nor local people can solve. We need political regulations so that international ships cannot just go into our coasts and deploy instrumentation that's affecting people's livelihoods so much as we've seen it there. It's not something we can solve in this forum. We really need the Greenlandic politicians to start do something about this. We all have each our kind of responsibility, but we really lack the politicians to take action and to start a communication about this and start some regulations. Yeah, we need that.
Steffen, you and Malene were chosen to participate here because the way you work is a good example for other scientists. Can you explain how you work with the hunters?
I can try. I probably won't have time to give a full overview here, but we have been as an institute present in Qaanaaq more or less since the establishment of the city, and now we have a permanent local employer that runs our facilities up there. And based on that, we have reached out to the community, tried to establish an ocean monitoring system, ocean climate and sea ice monitoring, that basically serves the needs both of the scientists but also of the local community. And we basically rely on the knowledge and skills and capacity of the local community, basically the hunters, the fishermen, and we train and we work with equipment together, and we plan and we conduct the field work as a team. Sometimes we are highly outnumbered as scientists. One scientist joining a team going out, setting up instruments or recovering instruments from the sea ice. Other times we have more complex tasks and we share the work burden more. But we try to definitely work on very equal terms, and we try to compensate for all time, all services delivered, and we also try to give back information to the community. That includes, for example, sea ice, knowledge on sea ice from our ice service. It includes knowledge of the changing ocean conditions.
So you also help the hunters with how to tell them how the ice situations are?
Yes,
like that?
yeah. In the polar winter, we often start up our program in December, where the landfast sea ice is just starting to settle in the fjord, and we're basically waiting for the safe conditions to go out. And it's polar nights, so only the satellites sensors can see the ice, and we deliver and deliver products and communicate to the community, to our collaborators, about how the ice develops, and that's also something which is used for starting the hunting and fishing season.
And we have to remember it's very dark in winter time.
Yeah, we are 77 north of Qaanaaq, so it's fairly dark in December.
Yes, yes. So it's a very good help for the hunters. Yes.
I want the government of Greenland to listen to the community, basically, and make sure that we're protecting the livelihood and we make our research in a way that it's not disturbing daily life. So it's to listen and take action. The instruments are already deployed, some of them, and there are plans for many more, so it's very urgent. The narwhals are so sound sensitive that they are truly disturbed by all anthropogenic noise. This is fact, and we have to take care of this culture and the animals, and it's an important part of Greenland culture, and we should just take better care of it.